Hello, good afternoon guys. My name is Lovett. You're welcome to my channel, and today I'll be sharing with you one tip that I know is very important when it comes to baking a cake. If you want to make a very great cake, you must stick to this thing that I want to share with you today. The name of the thing is measurements. This thing called measurements does a lot. It helps you to know what you come out with when you finish baking your cake. You know, cake has a lot of do and don'ts, and if you must bake cake, you must stick to the do's and don'ts of cake. So this brings me to the measuring cups and the measuring spoon. This measuring cup and spoon helps you very well to make and to know the kind of cake you'll come out with. If you mix up your measurements up, you are going to have a very bad cake. It's either you have a cake that is very round, a cake that is very oily, or you have the one that is very strong, and you don't want to have that kind of cake. So I urge you to measure very right. If you want to bake, please take note of your measurements. I know you must have heard so many people that will tell you, please play around with your measurements. If you want to play around with any measurements, you must bear in mind that this proportion of this and this must work hand in hand to achieve this particular thing you want to achieve. If you don't allow it to work hand in hand, my dear, you are going to have a very bad cake. So you see this measuring cup. If you are baking, this measuring cup should be your watchword. It should be your guiding angel. If you are measuring, if you are making a cake, it should be your guiding angel. I know you want to get that cake that after baking you'll be very happy with yourself that you achieved a great work. It does happen to me. If after baking I don't like the out product of my cake, I don't feel happy. So if you mix up your measurements, if you play with it the way you ought to, if you play with it, you can never get a very good cake. So I urge you to stick to your measurements. Stick to your measurements. Measure. So take for instance now, I want to bake 500 grams of cake. 500 grams of cake, as in I want to bake 500 grams of flour. I know that my 500 grams of flour and 500 grams of margarine is what I need, and this 200 grams of sugar is what I need, and then my eggs and other recipes that I need to bake is what I need to achieve this 500 grams of cake that I want. If I play around it, if I want to add other things to spice it up, I can add other things to spice it up. But if I'm adding other things to spice it up, I must bear in mind that it must still be the same measurement that will take this 500 grams of cake that I want to bake. It is just that simple. If you play around with all those things and you do this one and do this one, it's no longer the same proportion, you are going to ruin your cake. That's just the simple truth of it. So if you want to do this, play around with every ingredient that you want to play around. You can play around them, and you can still play around them and still get a nice result when you miss the proportion very well. But if you miss the proportion, if you skip the proportion that you are supposed to do for this particular cake, you are going to get a very wrong cake. So that is all about measurements. If you find these tips so educative and you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. That's all for today. Thank you and bye.